All right, heading down the home stretch of the season here. Two big games with Wheeling, West Liberty. West Liberty's like 18th in the country. First in the league, Wheeling second in the league. We'll have our hands full. We had two tough games last week. I was disappointed in our effort after winning 2 out of 3. Went to Wesleyan and just came out flat. And if I knew why, I'd write a book and retire. So other coaches wouldn't go through it. And I think it's the youth and experience. Run into a wall. We've tried different things to keep them motivated, and it just hasn't worked. Then we went to Glenville and got bombed early with that style. Then all of a sudden, the last 3 quarters, we only lose by 8. So I was pleased with our efforts second, third, and fourth quarter at Glenville. We'll have to have great effort at West Liberty because of the style they play. They will shoot on threes. Coach Holland's done a great job there. He's dean of the coaches. Then Wheeling's having the best year in probably about 15 years in the program. So we'll definitely have our hands full going north this weekend.
Is this one of the toughest road trips for you guys, not only with the distance, but knowing the quality of teams that you're going to be playing?
Yeah, you're going to have to go 5.5 hours, play number 1, number 2. Unless something happens, either one or both going to make the regional. They're very well coached. So it's going to be, our hands are going to be full. West Liberty's so good at home. I think we were fortunate enough to win up there 2 years ago. Wheeling, we haven't won at Wheeling since probably Jolisa Brown was a senior. That's how long that's been. So again, the competition, the travel, the cold, the weather, all that will play a part in it. And it'll be a tough road trip, but as I've tried to tell them, you've got to get better every day. It may not win a game Thursday, it might. It may win a game next Thursday. What you learn now may help you win a game next November. And I think that's the thing young people lose track of in college sports. It's a marathon. And even though we've struggled, we still got to get better for this year and try to get better for the future. And that's what we're trying to preach right now.
Coach, they can look at the standings and see where people are rated, but you've played them already before. Tell me what that does for your students, sort of know what bar they have to raise themselves to.
I would hope they know what we've got to do. Now, everybody has injuries, always use an excuse, but last time we played Wheeling and West Liberty, we played without Daniel Catron. Well, she missed 3 quarters of the game against Wheeling and does not play against West Liberty. She's not going to make up 25 points, but she makes up 14, 15. So hopefully they realize when we played without Catron, our leading scorer, she'd been playing well up to the time. All of a sudden, these freshmen won at West Liberty 2 years ago, so maybe, anything can happen. And I think that's what I preach to them. It's college basketball. That's what's unique about our sport, both men's and women's. When you get into February, March, that's why you play the games. Anything can happen. Sometimes in football you're just so beat up and everything, but in basketball, that's what makes this sport unique because anything can happen. All you got to do is sit in front of the TV any night of the week, go on ESPN and watch your ticker go by or watch a game, and that's what we keep preaching. Anything can happen.
Does that give them any more excitement going into the game, knowing that they have an opportunity to knock out top 2 teams?
Yeah, we've talked about it, and I think Ken hit it on the head. Great opportunities come from great chances, and you gotta have a chance. And this time of year, are they going to overlook a Concord who's struggling? That's what you got to bank on. Sometimes, when you're having a great year, we've been on both sides of it. We were upset real late one year, and that rim gets real small. And when you're playing well, and maybe don't have anything really to lose, that rim gets a lot bigger, and shots keep going, and that shots start falling off. So again, I would be so disappointed if we didn't come out with all kinds of energy and intensity, because again, you're playing the top 2. Give it all you got. Let's wake up Sunday morning. Again, you can't play it again, so let's go give it the best shot we got.
Playing several different players over the last few weeks gives you maybe an opportunity to tweak some schemes to play into the strengths of some of your players. Have you been doing any of that, experimenting a little?
Yeah, we've been experimenting. I don't know if it's looking at strengths or trying to hide some weaknesses or just trying to wake some people up. But we've played different combinations. We've played different people. We've set some people. We've played people some more. And again, we want to try to find out, again, we're tweaking what is a good lineup for Concord. And, since we're so down in our size because of hopping on the big kids out all season injuries, we've got to try to play faster maybe. again, play some people more minutes than normally we thought was going to play. So hopefully it all works out in the long run, whether it's this year, next year, whatever it may be. But hopefully all the experience these young kids are getting will, benefit us at that.
Coming off 2 good road wins last week at Wesleyan was obviously a real good game with 2 good basketball teams that we were fortunate enough to have the ball last and make that last play to win that game and then up at Linville. Good road win. In this league, you take every road win you can get, and we knew going in we had a big 4-game stretch, and to start out the 4-game stretch with 2-0, and now you're getting ready to go up to these 2 guys, number 2 and number 3 ranked teams in the country in 3 days. So good opportunity, and I got to tell the guys, great moments come from great opportunities, and that's what we have in front of us. So we're looking forward to it. We're preparing well, and hopefully we can go up there and play well.
You consider this one of the toughest road trips with the distance and who you have to play that you go through?
Yeah, probably the toughest of my career when you sit back and look at it. Not only we haven't even played top 5 teams very often in my career, but to play in back-to-back games on the road, probably the toughest road test of my career. But I also say I'm probably taking my best team of my career up on the road to try to tackle this task. So. A lot of credit to what those 2 programs have done, Wheeling to what they've done this year, and it'll be fun. We're at the level with those guys. I mean, we know we can play with them. They know we can play with them. So we just got to get over the fact that we're traveling, because we've been a pretty good road team so far. So we've got to get over the fact that we're not playing in our gym. It doesn't matter. The old Hoosier line is 94 feet by 50, and the feet are 10 feet high. So we got to go play well.
You ever thought in your career you face this many top 10 teams
in this league
many times?
In this league, no. That's what we were talking about, the fact that this league, back in the Salem days, they would be in the top 10. Charleston, you'd have 1 or 2 sprinkling here and there, Fairmont, and then West Liberty, but to have 3 in our league ranked in the top 8 consistently, I think I saw a stat today, this is West Liberty's 71st straight week in the top 10. That's amazing, and the fact that they're not even the highest ranked team we have right now. So didn't think it would happen in this league, but it really is a testament to the strength of our league, and it makes your job, like I said, it makes it fun to be in this league, but it makes a lot of sleepless nights.
Do players feel any extra motivation knowing that they've played with these guys and they want to get to where they are right now?
I think I don't know if motivation is the right word. I think you have confidence when you play them, because again, everybody looks and says they're number 2 and they're number 3. Well, we beat 1 and lost to 1 in overtime, so we don't go up there thinking, man, I hope they play bad or we have to play really well. Yeah, we do have to play well, but we know we have the talent. We know we're just as good as they are, that we have to go out and execute and understand that when you play good teams, there's going to be situations where bad things happen, and you've got to be able to play through it. Just like Jesuit down here, when they got us, they had some bad things happen, and they just didn't quit. So our guys are confident. I don't know if motivated is the right word. Our guys are confident going up there that that number in front of they've earned it, but we can play with them.
Is this West Liberty team any different from what you guys faced earlier, especially coming off of beating Fairmont last week?
If you watch them on film, they lately haven't been pressing as much. I think since we played them, since they played us, they've kind of backed off their press. Now they still do, but not to the amount that they did before. But not really. They got. I was talking to their assistant yesterday. We watch all this film this time of year about teams, and we're doing the same thing we did in early January. It's not. I guess when you're winning games, you're not going to try to reinvent the wheel and change things. West Liberty's not going to change things. They are who they are, and they do what they do. So they might tweak things here or there, but they're the same West Liberty they've been. They're talented. They play well. They play hard, but neither team has lost a home game all year. So you got one team, Wheeling's the nation's longest winning streak, and I think West Liberty's won 13 in a row in their gym. So tough task, but they're going to be the same, just like we're going to be the same.
You talk about the team being ready to play in February and March.
Right.
Here we are in February. What has the earlier games in the schedule done to position your guys to say, we can go on the road and beat?
I think what it does to it is we have a lot of confidence right now in the fact that we have played so well on the road. If you look at our schedule, we played a bunch of road games, and we designed it that way because we knew we had a older team, so we wanted to put us on the road and play on the road and challenge us in that manner. So us getting on the bus and traveling really is not going to be that big of an effect to us, hopefully. But it just shows to us early in the year, shows to us we're at that level. We might not be with our record, we might not be 22-1, whatever William Jesuit is, but shows talent-wise and where we are. We're right there, and we have to learn from the mistakes we made in the previous games, the Fairmonts, the Wheelings, that took us out of position to win. And I think that's what it is. These guys have got to where practice is kind of mundane. They run it. We know we're doing the same thing. We're preparing for games in a short stint, and we're ready to play. We're just ready to play a game.
Let's go back to West Virginia Wesleyan and the last
Yeah.
few moments of that game. What does it do for Michael Sanchez to be able to step up and do that?
It's funny that after the game, you know, we had Rob miss a couple. I think Rob missed an end of game one against Wesleyan. He missed an end of game one, I think, against Fairmont. And I think after that game, they told me that Sanchez told him, he said, "Man, I'm taking the next one. You're not taking the next one." Well, I didn't call the play necessarily for Sanchez. We had a multiple option thing, but the way they guarded, he made the right read. And he's done that. You look when we were down early in the season at Winston-Salem, he made a big shot down there. I think they got within one, he hits a three, kind of puts it out of reach. It's big for him because he's been playing really well lately. He went through a tough stretch when we went to Shepherd and Fairmont early in the year. That he didn't play well. He got benched, and he's responded the right way. And his defense has been really good. So I think it's big for him, and the fact that it kind of lets him relax. And the guys had confidence in him taking the shot. So that was a big sequence, one that I told Gary Nottingham. Us and Wesleyan played two phenomenal basketball games this year. Triple overtime, and then we went at the buzzer up there. So we needed that one, and we couldn't get on the bus fast enough to get out of there.
You've won 3 straight now.
Yeah.
That's what what you need to be doing in February.
Yeah, I think we're winning the right way. I think the things that we value, I think our defense has been really good. If you look at the percentage-wise, we've been holding teams down in the low 40s, and that wins games in this league. I know if you look at other levels of basketball, 30s wins. Offense in the Mountain East Conference is too good to expect to hold teams in the 30s every day. It's just too good. There's too many high-powered offenses. Low 40s wins, winning the rebounding wins, and those are the two things that we're doing well right now that we think propels us to late February success, March success. Offense will come, because everybody's scouting our offense and will try to take things away. So we've got to continue to defend, especially when you go on the road with these two teams. It'll be that we'll really find out where we are come Saturday about 6 o'clock when these two games are over.